Canada, a country known for its breathtaking landscapes, diverse cultures, and a global reputation as one of the best places to live. From the Rocky Mountains in the west to the historic charm of Quebec in the east, it's no wonder millions of people dream of calling this country home. For years, Canada has symbolized opportunity, a place where hard work pays off, healthcare is free, and the quality of life ranks among the best in the world. But today, the reality is much more complicated. For many Canadians, the dream is slipping out of reach. The rising cost of living, an out-of-control housing market, stagnant wages, and strained public services are turning what was once a land of promise into a land of struggle. Everywhere you look, people are asking, what happened? How did living in one of the world's most prosperous countries become so difficult? In this video, we're breaking down the harsh realities of life in Canada today. From the housing crisis to the surging cost of everyday essentials, the struggles of healthcare, climate challenges, and more, we're going to uncover why living in Canada has become, for many, nearly impossible. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for insightful videos about how the world works and how it's changing. Let's dive in. Let's start with one of the most pressing issues: housing. Across the country, from Vancouver to Toronto, housing prices have skyrocketed. The average home price in Canada as of 2024 is over $700,000, nearly double what it was a decade ago. And in cities like Toronto and Vancouver, those numbers are even more staggering, often exceeding $1 million. Renters aren't faring much better. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Toronto is over $2,500 per month, and in Vancouver, it's even higher. These numbers make it nearly impossible for young professionals, students, or even families to secure stable housing. But why is this happening? Part of the problem is a lack of housing supply. Canada's population has been growing rapidly due to immigration, but new housing developments haven't kept pace. Additionally, foreign investors and speculative buying have driven up prices, leaving ordinary Canadians outbid and priced out. The housing crisis is only one part of the equation. Canadians are also grappling with an ever-increasing cost of living. Grocery bills are soaring, with staples like milk, bread, and fresh produce costing significantly more than they did just a few years ago. A combination of inflation, supply chain disruptions, and global market pressures has made even basic necessities feel like luxury items. In fact, Canada's inflation rate hit a 40-year high in 2022, and although it has eased slightly, prices remain elevated. Fuel costs are another burden. The price of gasoline frequently fluctuates, but in many parts of the country, filling up your tank can cost over $100. This isn't just a problem for drivers. It affects the cost of goods transported by truck, leading to higher prices across the board. So, if costs are rising, what about wages? Unfortunately, wages in Canada have not kept up with inflation. While salaries have increased marginally, they haven't matched the steep rise in living expenses. For example, in industries like retail, hospitality, and even healthcare, workers are struggling to make ends meet despite putting in long hours. This wage stagnation is particularly hard on younger Canadians. Millennials and Gen Z are entering the workforce with high levels of student debt, only to face a job market that doesn't pay enough to cover their basic needs, let alone save for the future. Canada's universal healthcare system is often praised, but it's facing unprecedented challenges. Long wait times for surgeries, diagnostic tests, and even basic doctor's appointments have become the norm. A shortage of healthcare workers, combined with an aging population, is putting immense strain on the system. In some provinces, people wait months, even years, for non-emergency procedures. For those who need immediate care, private clinics are an option, but they come at a steep price, making them inaccessible to many Canadians. If you are finding our content informative, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Canada is one of the most immigrant-friendly countries in the world, welcoming over 400,000 newcomers annually. While immigration has bolstered the economy and enriched Canadian culture, it has also created challenges. Infrastructure in major cities hasn't kept pace with population growth. Public transit systems are overcrowded, schools are struggling to accommodate more students, and healthcare services are stretched thin. For immigrants, adjusting to Canada can be particularly tough. Many face difficulties finding jobs that match their qualifications, forcing them into lower-paying positions. This not only impacts their quality of life, but also adds pressure to an already strained job market. Canada's changing climate is another factor making life more difficult. In recent years, wildfires, floods, and extreme weather events have become more frequent and severe, displacing communities and causing billions in damages. In 2023, wildfire smoke blanketed much of the country, leading to air quality warnings in major cities. These events not only disrupt daily life, but also place additional financial strain on families and governments. While Canada is making strides in renewable energy, the transition comes with costs that are often passed down to consumers. High energy bills and carbon taxes are common complaints among Canadians trying to balance sustainability with affordability. All these challenges have taken a toll on mental health. The stress of unaffordable housing, financial instability, and a strained healthcare system has led to a surge in anxiety and depression across the country. Unfortunately, mental health services are often inaccessible. Long wait times and limited coverage under public health care leave many Canadians without the support they need. While grassroots organizations and nonprofits are stepping up, the scale of the problem requires systemic solutions. So, what can be done? Governments at both the federal and provincial levels have announced initiatives to address these challenges. From affordable housing programs to investments in healthcare and infrastructure, efforts are underway. But change takes time, and for many Canadians, the solutions feel too little, too late. The question remains, can Canada balance its growing population and economic ambitions with the need to make life more livable for its residents? Canada is still a land of opportunity and beauty, but its challenges are undeniable. For those who call it home, living here has become a balancing act, navigating soaring costs, stagnant wages, and a system struggling to keep up with demand. What do you think? Is Canada facing a crisis, or are these growing pains on the way to a better future? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insights on the world around us. This is Travel Facts and Hacks. Thanks for watching.